itsmintsalad and I saw Pokemon Destiny Deoxys. It is directed by Kunihiko Yuyama. My previous exposure to this movie was none, but Deoxys is cool. So if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. The movie starts with, wow, we see a family plus a kid is on either the North or South Pole. It is unclear because it's just Pokemon. There's walruses, but it's the spiel that are there, and you know, the Pokemon equivalent of those animals. And there's a Deoxys that comes from outer space. Oh, I really like the opening question, right? It's like, did you ever consider that there might be more than one Pokemon world? Or phrased similar to that. It's a really good question. It's like, oh, maybe there's Pokemon on different worlds? Where does Deoxys come from? The history of Deoxys is very unclear to me. But Deoxys comes to Earth, lands in the ice, and Rayquaza, being a protector, is just like circling the Earth. I like Rayquaza a lot. I like his duty. And he's like, I'm gonna get ya. And so what Rayquaza does is start hyper beaming, just look at the lasers at Deoxys, which I find to be funny because there's just so much collateral damage, causing a lot of collateral damage and Pokemon to stampede. The little kid that I mentioned before, blue hair kid, he's traumatized by the amount of Pokemon just like stampeding at him. He's like, I don't want to deal with any Pokemon. I don't want to be a Pokemon trainer. And this is important later because now it's 4 years later. And you know, Rayquaza via sneak attack, the most epic attack of ever, comes from the water with a hyper beam and just blasts Deoxys with essentially caught him off guard, and it's awesome. And Deoxys is just left in the bottom of the ocean floor until 4 years later when Deoxys reappears after being lasered. Deoxys comes back after some stone that Deoxys was trying to retrieve when Rayquaza starts attacking it the first time. Yeah, the stone gets lasered and then Deoxys feels that and regenerates. And I'm like, did it never get lasered before? It's been 4 years. How has it been in the circuit of just people's hands without being researched for 4 years, and it's now finally being researched on? I'm not a scientist. I don't really know the cycle of any of these things, but I'm quite interested in what happens next. I really enjoy the part where we see this kid is he's kidding about, he's chilling around. You get it, because he was at the North/South Pole. Unfortunately, it's unclear to me which one it was, which is very important to me. There's a difference between penguins and polar bears, okay? Infinitely different species of animal. Which penguins are infinitely cooler? I'd love to know if there was penguins there, but this is Pokemon, so there's probably not actual penguins there. But we see Ash and friends. May is there, Max is there, the little brother of May. Brock is there. Brock, again, is trying to talk to all of the ladies. Team Rocket is there, which is interesting because Team Rocket's role in this film is mostly to be the comedic relief, but Meowth actually is like, huh, there's another guy here. Okay, there's another bad guy here. I'm like, oh, hey, that's fundamental for the plot. That's fundamental for somebody to know what's up in the plot. They didn't know until now that there's a bad guy around. And now they know. Amazing. I'm glad that that Meowth spelled it out for me. But other than that, they have to essentially be delegated to slapstick roles and being tortured. And I want justice for James, Jesse, Meowth. I want justice for them three. I'm so sad. I know it's completely their doing, and I want justice for them. I don't know how I could help them, because they're evil in like a comedic way, like a not actually evil way. They're incompetently evil, it seems. They just want to steal Pikachu. They want to steal all the Pokemon. So Ash and friends are in the city. They go to a battle stadium, and Ash is actually scheduled to do a double team match. But hey, it's that kid. You remember the kid from the North/South Pole? I hope it's the South Pole. But he's like, I'm gonna be running away because I'm scared of Pokemon. But why are you here? But he's scared of Pokemon. But he ends up in a Pokemon battle stadium, and Ash gives him a Pokemon. But it's like, this kid has never commanded a Pokemon. He does not know your moveset, Ash. What are you doing? Just control both Pokemon. But of course, ends up losing. Ash, good sport, epic sport. But looks like Deoxys is here. And Deoxys now has this force field because Deoxys can sense via this orb that was lasered earlier. He has like some sort of connection to it, and he's looking for it. And he has this force field around the entire city. This entire city runs on like credits and stuff. It's an interesting system, but you have to have like some sort of pass to get into anything, pass to like access vending machines, which I actually find really cool. I'm like, is this like more of like a credit thing? Like, can you add money to this, like a credit card? It's an interesting idealio. It's an interesting, I like it. I'm still stuck on that. There's a hot dog machine, okay? There's a hot dog machine that dispenses hot dogs, and I want it. There's also a Munchlax that keeps eating on those hot dogs, and so when Deoxys shuts down the entire city, all of the electricity stops working. There's these cool little green blocks that are supposed to help people, but Deoxys does gain control of these blocks a little bit later in the movie. But you know, Deoxys Deoxys would be in a battle with Rayquaza if it was not for that force field. Thank goodness for that force field. Rayquaza keeps like zoom, trying to go in. And of course, we have this friend, this blue hair friend. He's like, oh my goodness, I have this friend I'm talking to, and I'm ashamed to have Ash know this friend, which is why I was at the battle place in the first place, actually. He's talking to his friend. But hey, look at this friend. Oh, that friend? Hey, girl scientist says this friend shares similar frequencies. There's a bunch of aurora borealises in the sky. And it's like, wait, this is down south. This isn't the North or South Pole. This is insane. What? Well, it's how they communicate. And through the power of determination, love, we gotta break whatever is encapsulating this orb, because it's some sort of like rock or something. And now we have two Deoxys, and now they're all happy. Both Deoxyses are like, we're gonna help out the city. Quaza, on the other hand, is like, I'm gonna keep destroying the city. I'm like, oh, grrr. There's like lasers everywhere. Grrr. Anger, murder, death, kill. I'm gonna get you, Deoxys. But then Rayquaza does calm down, which is very nice. Everyone calms down, but you remember those blue orbs, those blue blocks that I was talking about? They're like they're covering everything, all the buildings, crawling up the walls. And Ash has to go to the master control, and he has to first attempt. Somebody tries to jump on the master control, Ash loses his key card, and then Ash actually is thrown a key card. Ash not even catches it. His Pikachu has to fall and give it to Ash, and he makes it so the master block is happy and releases any control over those weird green blocks. So after all this fun city destroying debauchery, that happens with Rayquaza goes back. Rayquaza's like, I've done my job. I've destroyed enough property. Even though both Deoxyses are still on Earth, I've done my job. I'm gonna go away. And I'm like, okay, great. I mean, there must be some way that Pokemon communicate with each other that isn't like words. And I guess they can understand each other's calls when they say calls, I guess. Because somehow that Rayquaza was able to understand that those two Deoxyses weren't about to continue taking over the city. So I guess, man, that Rayquaza was really trusting. But luckily those Deoxyses also leave. And that blue hair boy is over his fear of Pokemon because there's this Pulse minion. It's the blue and the red, and they're a buddy cop buddy system, and it's honestly pretty epic. I'm a big fan of this dynamic Dio. He was like, I'm not gonna touch them. And then when he's like falling, oh, I will touch him actually. And he catches them, and it's pretty epic. So he now has pals, and that's the end of the film. And it was honestly pretty moving. I liked the overcoming the fear of Pokemon. That is a really good thing to learn in a world full of Pokemon. You have to not be afraid of Pokemon, dude. Come on. Oh, you cannot battle them. I'm glad that you have Pokemon friends. I'm glad that you have some bond with Pokemon, because honestly, there is an awesome, amazing bond with Pokemon, and I wish I had a Pokemon. I wish I had myself a Lugia. I wish I had myself like 2 Lugias for both feet. So I'd have one Lugia on one leg and another Lugia on the other leg. And I'll be flying in the air with both Lugias. Be awesome. But unfortunately, this movie did not have that. But the animation, I noticed from the between this movie and the last movie. This movie has a little bit more 3D animation. I'd say it has like more like 30% 3D animation. More specifically in spots where there's camera sweeping movement, and it's like, okay, this is obviously 3D animation. No like person with like a decent like time frame can like, well, I guess they can like animate a building, but it's incredibly like time consuming to do that. Just 3D animate it. I liked it. I like seeing the transition between 3D animation in one scene, and then I'll cut to another scene and it's always 2D animation. I'm like, oh, I love it. So it retains the original 2D animation style with some 3D help, but it is not too jarring. It's mostly on buildings, honestly, so I feel like buildings deserve to be 3D animated because it's difficult. The colors, vibrant, pretty nice. I liked the difference between, you can tell the real Deoxys is the orange versus the fake Deoxyses that kidnap everyone in the city and like take them away or something, are purple. So I like that. This movie, very moving. This movie is moving because, oh, we got 2 friends trying to find each other, and now we have, it's like found friendship. This movie is about found friendship, and I'm very glad to have seen it. This is definitely a good movie to watch if you're a kid. If I watched this as a kid, I would have liked it. So I gotta give this movie a solid 6.3 out of 10. If you like this review, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer. So if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. You can always request a movie in the comments below. You can always fast track a movie review request at patreon.com/ASEpresents for $20 a month for 1 movie review per 1 month, $3 a month for Drawn the Pokédex, 151 Pokemon for 2023, early access to those how to draw Pokemon videos, patreon.com/ASEpresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this Linktree. It really helps the daily grindiness of these movie reviews. So go here, and until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.